Hotep Senuhena Senut Itiren Ishakan Gukemet. I hope you're doing well. This is a pre-recorded video. The title is Dr. Ben did a ceremony from the Nile over Karenga's head. And in parentheses, we have Dr. Leonard Jeffries because he's the one telling the story. But before, just for the record, I want you to hear, if you haven't heard that already, Brother Sarah Sutton Seti stating this regarding Dr. Ben.
Dr. Ben is a priest of the craft of Amen Ra, and he teaches us the origin of humanity from the Nile Valley.
So you heard it. Dr. Ben is a priest of the craft of Amen Ra. Now, when Seti spoke, Dr. Ben was still with us. And now, I'm going to share this video just so that you can find it, because there's no chat since it is once again a pre-recorded video. This is not a live stream. The video is on Silent Studios. You can see it was uploaded 2 years ago, and this is the title. Dr. Leonard Jeffries talk about the beef between Dr. Ben and Dr. Molana Karenga. So timestamp is 8:36. Let's listen up.
I was running between the two because I didn't want anything to break out. And sure enough, when I went up one time and to peep in to see whether everything is all right, it looked cool. Because there was Molana Karenga sitting and Dr. Ben over his bald head doing some hocus pocus from the Nile. And to see Molana submitting to that meant that Molana really wanted this organization to come together.
So this is Dr. Ben that's doing a ceremony from the Nile on Molana Karenga. I gotta say that for the audience because they gonna think it was the other way around.
And so what happened was,
I was muted. So before I play the rest, you will hear that, despite all the efforts that people had in order to bring so many together, Dr. Ben couldn't do it. It was just, it was too much for him. So you're gonna hear it once again from Dr. Leonard Jeffries. But what you have so far is that Dr. Ben was a priest of the craft of Amen Ra. So therefore, we could say he was a Kemetic priest. Just like the first Egyptologist was a Kemetic priest. And he performed a ceremony from the Nile over Karenga's head, which means that some people can now be quiet forever. We can start now, Friday, December 30, or we can wait for the new year, January 1st, 2023. But all this talking down on Kemetic priests, it has to stop. And I'm being kind, I'm not saying any names. Because some people claim to be followers of Dr. Ben, and it has to stop. Besides, the same people who claim to be followers of Dr. Ben, but yet want to criticize Kemetic people and Kemetic priests, the same people are still cool with Karenga, defending Karenga, putting their book on the screen, recommending the book of Karenga, despite Karenga torturing black women, plagiarizing the Jewish holiday Hanukkah and passing it off as a black holiday. I'm not even talking about Karenga going against the Panthers, as Dr. John Henry Clark said. And I've played the tape already. And you know what? I will probably finish with this tape. Good idea. So let's listen to the rest here.
Fortunately, Molana had the strength to hold his thing together. Yeah. Yes. And because the mission was even greater than any personality, right, etc. So, but later, and so we did all the things, and we made a commitment that we would be going to the Nile. Mm-hmm. In other words, and that next year we took 1,000 people to the Nile. Mm. But luckily, I give Molana and others credit, because when I went up there another time, Dr. Ben had gone into another mood. Mm. And this mood, unfortunately, was a conflictual one. Mm-hmm. And he was jumping at Jacob Carruthers, mm-hmm, who is one of the nicest person on the planet. Right. And he was saying that Carruthers and Karenga were two peas in a pod. So we had to pull Dr. Ben off of trying to get at him and sit his butt down.
But here's was no joke. Boy.
But here's the beautiful thing. Dr. Ben wanted this legitimacy in the Nile. He wanted us to acknowledge him, the organizations to follow him. And it was his idea for us to form.
So I hope you heard it well.
Nicest person on the planet.
Right.
And he was saying that Carruthers and Karenga were two peas in a pod. So we had to pull Dr. Ben off of trying to get at him and sit his butt down.
Dr. Ben was ready to get down. I mean, he was that serious. Now, I'm not saying that's what you have to do. I'm not calling on any physical violence whatsoever. But just for the record, because all these people talk about Dr. Clark and Dr. Ben, and now in closing here, you should know my website by now. You have the address right here, right? But when you're on my website, of course, add the /English at the end. You go to the bottom of the page, and it says Kwanzaa, Karenga plagiarized Hanukkah, and there you have it. There you have it. We're going to listen to Dr. Clark. I'm going to mute the mic and play.
He has not atoned to the community for his attempt to destroy the Panther movement. He has not atoned for being a police informer. He has not atoned for the way he treated black women. And look now, the women he mistreated and mutilated were dark in complexion. The women in his harem are light in complexion. The number one woman is a Mexican with what seemed to be an Afro wig.
And just to make sure you get the pictures, he spoke on it again at some other occasion.
Leonard Karenga, what he went to jail for doing needs to be explained. He went to jail for mutilating black women. And the women he mutilated were dark complected. The women in his harem, he has a harem, light complected, almost white. So in addition to having an ego problem, he might have a color problem too. Come on, bring it down, bring it home. He speaks well, he performs well. We have to make a distinction between these academic and vaudeville shows. We cannot accept a performance as fighting our liberation. We can enjoy a performance, but don't think it moves you forward. It helps the bank account of the performance. So I really think Karenga is more of a performer than anything. I don't see anything enlightened coming from him.
Last but not least, let's hear Dale Jones.
We haven't brought closure to Karenga. We let him build a holiday. The same one who set up Black Panthers in ambushes at UCLA and other places. The same one who tortured his wife and another woman brutally, sticking bottles in their vagina, using electrical shocks, and the FBI saved him.
So, some people are going to have to sit the F down. Stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to, by the nature, I will definitely holler back at you. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. I don't argue, I state facts. Do I to do any Hotel.
Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Maat, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Nature classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class, and all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Nature class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Maat Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Maat. Don't forget to share Kemet and Maat on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/maatforever.